ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಇದು ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದಾವೆ. ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಾಸ್ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸೇ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಹಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಸ್ಮಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ. ನನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ನನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ನನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಈ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಭೂಮಂಡಲನೇ ನನ್ನೊಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಫರ್ಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಫರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದು ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಾತಾವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ಗೆ ಈಗಲೂ ನೆನಪಿದೆ, ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಕೆಟ್ಟದ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಬೈಯೋರು, ಬಿಡ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋ ಆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ದಟ್ ನಾವ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ there are others who are simultaneously living along with us. ನಮ್ಮೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಕೋ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಏಂಜಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು, ಡೆವಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವೇನು ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ನ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಜುನ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ನ ನಾವು ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ನ ನಾವು ರಾಕ್ಷಸ, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ನ ನಾವು ದೇವತೆಗಳು, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ನ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ದೇವರು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿರೋದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಆನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಬಿಹಾಫ್. ನಾವ್ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡೋದಾದ್ರೂ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ದೇವ್ರು ಕೊಡಬಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ನಂತರ ಈ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್. ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ನ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಈ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ದ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಟು ಯು and based on the choice you will see the consequences. So ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, every time an opportunity comes, every time an encounter happens where you will find 2 or 3 paths, ಒಂದು 3 directional paths ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ what choice you make will be your decision. ನೀವು ರೈಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಎ ಚಾಯ್ವಾಲಾ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್. ರೈಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಎ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್. ರೈಟ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಎ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಔಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಬಿಲ್ ಗೇಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎ ಬಿಲಿಯನಿಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಎವ್ರಿ ಹೌಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲಿವ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್, ಯು ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ. ಸೊ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸೇ the entire world is coexisting with rakshasas, with devils and angels andaga, always we say shubha nudios soma. It is a concept. Always speak right. ನಾವು ಏನಾದರೂ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡೆವಿಲ್ಸ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದು ತಥಾಸ್ತು ಅಂತವೆ. ಡೆವಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ದೆನ್ ಏಂಜಲ್ಸ್. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾವೀಗ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ರಿಗರಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಸು ತುಂಬಾ ಎನರ್ಜೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಶಾಲೋ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಪ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅಸರ್ಟಿವ್ ಮೋಡ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಅಸರ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಆಗು ಇರಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಟು ಬಿ ಡ್ರೈವ್ಡ್. ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇನೆ ಎ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ನೆಸ್. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ. ನಿಮ್ ಯಾರನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ಡ್ರಗ್ ಎಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸುಲಭ, ನಿಮ್ ಯಾರನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಮೋಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪುಸ್ಲಾಯಿಸೋದು ಸುಲಭ. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಸ್ಮೋಕರ್ನ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಎ ನಾನ್ ಸ್ಮೋಕರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಎ ನಾನ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇರಿಯನ್ ನ ಸಸ್ಯ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎ ವೆಜಿಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಇಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಎ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಹಿಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ ಇಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. See, when we talk about this leadership skills, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು then we will go up to what exactly is leadership skills. ನಾವು ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ಕರ all of you came here. Now in this particular place, in this particular time, for this time that you spend for 2 hours and 3 hours, like that in life, the life will throw lot of such opportunity where you can exhibit leadership skills. A person who can consistently exhibit leadership skills will always start flying higher and higher. A person who can always flap his wings, he can always fly higher and higher. A person who stops actually doing that, he will remain wherever he is, but there is also a chances that he may not remain wherever he is for a longer time, he will fall miserably. So when we define what is leadership, leadership is an ability is to first influence yourself. ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ನಾನೇ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಆಸ್ ಎ ಟೀಮ್ ಲೀಡ್, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್, then definitely I cannot pour that confidence onto my subordinates. So sometimes what a leader is told, if you think you are not with confidence, pretend as though your confidence, that can make a very big difference to the team. I may be a cat right now in my heart, but if you can exhibit that lion attitude towards the team members will definitely become a very ferocious lion, and you can win over that particular project, you can win over that day. But other reverse is not going to be possible. So we say, can you stand there and start influencing yourself first, and then can you actually influence others? Sometimes this influencing can come with authority, sometimes without authority also. With authority is when somebody defines and say he is your project leader, everybody is going to report to him. An authority was given and then you execute. But there are a lot of leaders. A Chaiwala becoming a prime minister, most of his leadership skills was executed when nobody thought he is going to volunteer and continue to be that. A beautiful statement of leadership barodadre, a person who can become a true follower, and when he starts following somebody with unanimously, unconditionally, slowly, he will start having followers. So ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, when you as a team member can become a perfect team member, next you can automatically jump over to becoming a leader. And when a leadership comes, whether it comes with authority or without authority, you should be ready to take up that opportunity and make something positive out of it. Most of us are not ready. ನನ್ಗೆ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಲೀಡರ್, ದೆನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್. ಲೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಲೈಫ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಥ್ರೋ ಎನ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ. ಎ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಗ್ರಾಬ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ becomes the leader. So very important, and God will never do any mistake in giving opportunity to everyone equally. Maybe when the opportunity came, you were not alert, you did not notice also. Why do we say a leader should be a visionary? Because he should be able to see the opportunity. If you are blind, completely blind, you will definitely not see the opportunity. I'll give you a simple example. Sundays, when you have watched consistently the small screen or a large screen over a period of 8 hours, and when you come out, what kind of ideas will pop in? Only the ideas of what happened in the serial will pop in. There is nothing new that is going to happen to you. If a person is cautiously did not watch the screen, he was waiting and anticipating something would come, something would come, something would come. If you expect something would come, then something shall come. If you expect nobody should come today, nobody shall come. So it is an opportunity that you declare. Sometimes we say opportunity is declared by somebody else. No, it is you who is going to declare the opportunity. If you are ready there, the ball shall come. And when the ball comes, are you ready to catch and say the batsman is out? If you are not ready to catch that ball, and if you miss that ball, you will never get one more opportunity to stand there also. Life is always going to be like that. A leader will be given an opportunity. When an opportunity comes, you should be fast, you should be smart, you should be spontaneous. If you do not, there will be somebody else who will be spontaneous and he will take over. You will never know at all. Let me share this beautiful story. All of you are loving and enjoying IPL. But do you know how the IPL story started in India? It is completely different. India never had played any kind of a 2020 match. All of a sudden, one day, India was expected to send a team for first 2020 World Cup. India has never played any domestic games of 2020 matches. India has never played any international 2020 matches. So there is no such experience of playing an ordinary match. All of a sudden a call comes and India should send a team who is going to participate in the first 2020 World Cup. It was the biggest challenge that Indian selectors had, because they knew none of the players have experience. Now at this particular stand, they started to take up a scientific declaration that we will send a team. We are not expecting the team to perform. We want them to experience the international 2020 match. That's it. So let us send a collection of juniors and seniors equally in 50-50 ratio with a captain from the senior most, and then Let them play whatever they can and let them come back with a good result. We are not expecting them to go to semi-final also. Now they invite all the team members. They assemble all the senior team in one place like this, and in the next room all the junior players are sitting. They come to the senior most team. Now the question is fired. Who is going to be a part of this team of this 2020 World Cup? None of them raised their hands. Slowly, when nobody raised, one person raised his hand. Yes, that was Yuvraj Singh. And slowly, Harbhajan joined. Then even Tendulkar joined. But Saurav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid, most of the senior players, they did not raise their hand because they felt this is a new kind of a match. We don't want to be a part of the team only. They had to select the captain, they had to select the team members. Right now, in your so-called floor, when somebody enters, they want to select somebody who can become a leader, because whoever was actually managing, he's been promoted and he's been put into a new department. And they would have also observed how is your playing. Definitely yes. Sometimes they did not have time for that observation and they find all are equally good, because all of them have the same kind of exposure. At that particular time, when somebody asks you who would like to captain, that one hand which raises first is going to be always considered. That is what we say, grabbing the opportunity when it comes spontaneously without even thinking twice, unconditionally accepting that opportunity. A leader is the one who gives that unconditional. When it is unconditional, then you are a leader. When it is conditional, you become not a leader. You can never be even a team member also. When this school teacher who had come in an exchange program, she happens to decide that come what may, my life is for the serving of these poor people. I shall build hospitals. She doesn't say in singular hospital. She says I shall build multiple hospitals so that these poor people are treated free of cost because they cannot afford. This happened in Calcutta. So she decides and she goes to her principal and she gives a resignation letter. The principal takes the resignation letter and he says, ma'am, what is this? Do you know it is not easy to build a small clinic? It requires lots of money. And you're actually telling you want to build a group of hospitals, not one hospital, hospitals. Do you think it's going to be possible? Do you have a penny with you? No, no. Everything you're going to spend on the poor people. I really like your service, but this is not going to help. Even if you put all that, you cannot build a clinic. Do you think with this one penny you can build a clinic, you can build hospitals? Then immediately she picks up that penny because he wanted to show her, you may just have a penny, let me see. And she opens her purse, she finds that paisa and she says, with this penny do you think you can build hospitals? And she says a beautiful line, with this penny and God on my side, I can build not one, I can build chain of hospitals. Not only in Calcutta, around the world. She was very, very clear. There was no doubt in her dream. When you have a doubt in your dream, it shall not be fulfilled. When you don't have a doubt in your dream, it is the responsibility of the universe to fulfill it. Holding on to the dream itself is your responsibility, that's all. And the rest the universe is going to take care. But you cannot sit blindly also. You should start making few baby steps. Start moving towards it. And slowly miracles are going to happen. So immediately the principal told, I'll hold on to this resignation letter. You try building an hospital. But if it does not happen, you please come back because you are such a good lady. I want to actually consider you for a job. So I am keeping this resignation letter with me. Okay, ma'am. So I'll keep this resignation letter with me. Then she immediately says, sir, please accept this resignation letter, because if you don't accept this resignation letter, you are giving me a second line. That means you are making a condition that if I don't succeed, I can fall back. I do not want to fall back. A leader is the one who is not ready to fall back. Come what may, I will keep going. And that can bring miracles. Then they came to the senior team and they told, okay, now we want to select a captain. All the captains who were supposed to be captains, they did not want to be a part of the team only. whom the selectors thought will be a captain and will be a part of the team. Now among the left outs, he asked, anybody would like to captain? The way they raised their hand to be a part of the team also, it was not together spontaneously everybody raised the hand. One person raised looking at him slowly, one more person raised looking at him slowly, one more person raised. Their enthusiasm of getting into first 2020 World Cup was really zero. With this kind of a response from them, the selectors were upset. At that moment, they also thought, should we really send a team? We will skip this first 2020 World Cup. Let us consider the next 2020 World Cup. But somehow they wanted to speak to the juniors who were there. They come there because here none of the players say they want to be a captain, and they say because we are not successful as a captain, so we don't want to take the captainship. We are ready to go with the team. Then they come to the juniors. The moment they come to the juniors, they are very enthusiastic and they say, we have already selected the captain, we have already selected 5 players. How many of you would like to be a part of the team? Before the sentence gets over, everybody's hands raises. Because everybody were enthusiastic enough because they wanted to be a part of a team. They thought that getting an opportunity to be a part of a team is the biggest milestone that they could achieve, and everybody were enthusiastic. Now they had to select a captain. So what they do, we have already selected the captain. In case we decide let the captain be from the juniors only, who would like to be? Before the sentence got completed, one man stood up and he raised his hand. And that was Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And there was no looking back. He was made a captain. Making a captain, yes, it is an assigned authoritative responsibility. But when a responsibility is given, are you ready to actually execute that responsibility by taking the whole control of how in what direction the team has to go? That is called as real leadership skills. Just taking that authority and being a leader and allowing people to do whatever they want to do, if you become directionless, then you are not a leader at all. In the floor, you cannot become directionless. There has to be a rule and there is a right way of doing things, and the things has to be done in the right way only. A great leader is the one who follows. There is a time for everything and everything should be done in that time only. The class starts at 9:30, it should dot start at 9:30. The class has to wind up at 1 o'clock, it should dot wind up at 1 o'clock. This discipline and respect, when we show towards time, time will start respecting you, and you will see for such people things will start happening exactly at the time they want it to happen. Why? Things will bounce back as you give out. I told we are like an Akshaya Patre. If we can give our own time discipline to the universe, telling, if I commit a time, I will make it up, then the universe will rebound and say, if you will also make it up, I shall also make it up, and he will also make it up. And such people will never be late anywhere in the seminars. If for some reason, accidentally something happens, still some miracles will happen and that person will be brought to the seminar hall much before time. Why? It is a universe commitment that he has to give whatever we have given in abundance. For those who are not disciplined, for them indiscipline is there written in their books. I have seen a person who always comes late. He can never come on time because he has given so much of indiscipline onto the universe. Universe is collecting all those indiscipline and he will give back chappar paad ke. That's the reason uska shaadi ko bhi wo on time nahi aa sakta hai. Why? That is how he has cultured himself. That is how the energy he has released onto the world, and that's how the universe is going to reflect back. We really don't believe in rubbing a magical vessel and expecting a genie to come and to say, your wish is my command master, what do you want? We in Vedas and Upanishads, we say there is angels and devils who are coexisting and living with us. We will have to just release a thought process. If we release a thought process, something positive, immediately the angels will come and say, your wish is my command master, it shall be fulfilled. The moment you release a negative energy, automatically the devils will come. They will come in more quantity and say, your wish is my command master, it shall be fulfilled. And negative by itself is very, very powerful. Positive is not that powerful as negative. We can do experiments to prove that. Let us take up a small example. Like assuming I am a beekeeper. So I come and I buy an organic, sorry, I cultivate an organic ghee and I want to give it to all of you. So I come with a big container of ghee and I tell all of you, you can taste it. I give you a small spoonful of honey. All of you taste it and you find, wow, it is the best ghee, honey that I have ever had. I also feel happy. Then I will say, how much do you want? You will say 1 liter, 1 liter, 1 liter, 1 liter. Then okay, I say all your bottles are ready. I'm ready to give. Now I will call one of the participants. I'll say, go out. There is a drainage water. You know this ink filler? You pick up an ink filler, pick up 3 drops of that drainage water, and then bring it. If he is not able to do that, I'll ask him, take a glass. You pick up half a glass of drainage water and bring it. I use the ink filler. I take 3 drops of drainage water. In all your presence, I'll drop it. Tap, 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 only 3 drops. Now I will ask you, how many of you would like to have that? None of you will say, I want it. Why? Even so much of honey could not transform the 3 drops, but 3 drops was capable of transforming this entire container of honey into negative. But at the same time, I have a drainage water of so much. It could be half a bucket. I put a barrel of honey, still honey's character will not get into it. That's the reason we say 3 drops of negative has so much of energy in it, it can convert the entire positivity of yours and make you a negative person. So it is very important for you to become that guard so that no negative should get inside. Come what may, smoking, drinking, any kind of lusty behavior, then drugs, nothing womanizing, nothing like that should go in, because all these are very dangerous. This is what God has played a trick and he has let you get into this world. And in that trick, those who can understand how this trick works, and if he starts following the right way, he becomes the greatest leader. Those who follow a little, he becomes an average leader. Those who don't follow, they become a devastator. That's all. There is no difference at all. God plays this beautiful trick. As a leader, we should understand. Every time I encounter a situation, any kind of a situation, in the floor, it could be today we'll have to do overtime to do more production. That is one condition. Today we will have to do a production which is not actually as we used to do earlier. It has to be with some small change. We are used to do as we were doing earlier. With that small change, we cannot do any such things. In any such options that is given, any options, there will be 2 kinds of emotions that you generate or you experience in that choices what you make. The 2 kinds of emotions. Right now, I give you an option of ice cream. I give you an option of bitter gourd. Let it be a small salad, bitter gourd salad. How many of you would volunteer for a bitter gourd? None of you would volunteer for a bitter gourd. You will say, I will have the ice cream. Why? The association of ice cream is with pleasure, but the association of bitter gourd is with pain. So all of us by default do not want to actually volunteer pain. So what we will say, I don't want anything that gives me pain. I want everything that gives me pleasure. That is why a person starts smoking, because he feels that is more pleasurable. That's the reason people want to actually have coffee, because that gives you pleasure. That's the reason people want to smoke, people want to booze, people want to eat meat, people want to eat oily products, people don't want to get up early in the morning. All these, why? Because the selection is pleasure. And everything that is painful, we are not ready to select, whether it is on the floor, working there, or our health as a concern. We want to select only that is pleasurable. And we always avoid pain. Pain could be bitter gourd, pain could be getting up early in the morning, pain could be doing things which you have never done earlier. What was earlier things that you had done? It was in a comfort zone. But to do something which you have never done earlier, it is an uncomfort zone. Uncomfort zone is an emotion of pain. So what you say? You avoid pain. And every time you avoid pain, you don't know, God has played a trick. Anything that is pleasurable today will give you permanent pain in future. And anything that is painful now will always give you permanent pleasure in future. A leader is the one who has understood, and he works exactly like that. You see how the leaders take decision. They don't take the easy path. If you take an easy path, nobody will know you are an extraordinary man. If you want to be called as an extraordinary man, you will have to take up the path that was less taken by people. Only then you become a leader. And you will have to take up the path which has more pain in its way. And only then you become a leader. And a leader also knows anything that is painful today will not be painful tomorrow. A leader also knows anything which is pleasurable today also will not be pleasurable tomorrow. So the danger is there. Today one cigar was a pleasure. Today one peg was a pleasure. Today one injection was a pleasure. Today one lusty video watching in Facebook was a pleasure. Today abusing somebody in your group was a pleasure. Tomorrow you will not be happy with the same pleasure. You want 2 cigars. Tomorrow means it could be 1 month down the line, 6 months down the line. And 1 year down the line, 1 pack of cigar a day will not actually mean anything to you. You will feel like 2 packs is a must. 1 peg will never mean anything to you. 1 full bottle is a must. 1 drug injection will never do anything to you. You need multiple doses of those injections. Why? Whatever was pleasurable today will not be pleasurable tomorrow. It will ask for more. But the beauty is, whatever was painful today will not be painful tomorrow. You try with pain, accept that bitter gourd salad for 10 days or minimum 21 days. On the 22nd day, ask yourself, am I actually feeling so uncomfortable as I felt when it was the first day? You will start saying no. Look at your workplace also. First day you got into that workplace, everything was painful. How to operate the machine was painful. How to talk to a subordinate was too painful. How to go for lunch was a painful. How to actually coordinate with the team was a painful. Everything was so uncomfortable. There were days where you thought, I don't want to continue with this job. I want to run away from this job. But pain is an indication that you are trying to learn something. Pain is an indication that slowly pain will become a gain. There is no gain without pain. So start volunteering pain on a daily basis. Today extra work is there. Working 1 hour extra is pain. But let me take up that pain because this pain shall give me the gain. Understand this beauty of life. If you don't understand, you will also fall like everybody else and you will live a mediocre life and you will die as a mediocre. The difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people is ordinary people remain mediocre and they will die mediocre. Extraordinary people are the same ordinary people who don't remain mediocre. They live life out of conviction. You will have to live a life out of conviction. It is not easy to get this birth as a human. Remember, you are already a leader because God has chosen you from so many million sperms which rushed from your dad. And it was hunting for that one egg in your mom, and the man who ran the fastest is you. And that is the reason you were born. There are so many millions of species. You could have been born as any one of them. If God has chosen you to be born as a human, at no point of time this thought process should come, I will end this life. Then he should feel bad because why did I give the birth of a human to this life, for this person? I should have made him any other being so that he would have lived a short life and died as a short life. Because you wanted to die short. You are indicating, next Janma, let it be a short because I am as well going to commit suicide now. That is not the life you will have to live. You will have to live a life, a thanksgiving life, so that God himself should feel proud. I did not waste one human life. And the Chitragupta who writes your accounts book should also feel proud. Yes, they lived a man who lived so beautifully, and hats off to him. This saying goes very, very powerfully. And that man who raised his hand and he told, I want to take up this leadership skills. I want to be the captain of this first 2020 World Cup if an opportunity is given. Then the second question, जीत के आओगे या जीत के ही आऊंगा? He made it very clear. And that confidence was mind-blowing. The entire team looked at him, and today also the team players write the confidence at which Mahendra Singh Dhoni told that he can win and come. We felt all surprised. And that leadership skills was there in him. That's the reason he's considered as one of the best captain India had ever had. And you know how the match happens. Taking leadership opportunity is not easy. It is a thorny walk. there will be lot of thorns. You want the flower on the top, there will be lot of thorns. You should be able to go on with the thorns and then enjoy the flower. That's how the life is going to be. You will never see the flowers without the thorn. A beautiful lesson of life, that leadership skills flower comes with lot of thorns as stump. You will have to cross all those, and then only you can become a leader. Do you know we lost the first 2020 World Cup match so miserably? Entire newspapers started writing, this is one of the worst team that has been selected. What were the selectors thinking when they were selecting these teams? Were they drunk when they selected a captain who had no experience of 2020 matches, no international exposure of even one day compared to all other senior players? Who knows, in the closed door, these people were afraid of the word failure. Most of you sitting here are also afraid of this word failure. That's the reason you are not ready to take challenges. A daring person is, they say, today I have failed in 5 things, yeah. Oh, good. That means he has made an attempt beyond his energy to make a successful creation or an attempt of 5 in which he failed 3. Beautiful. It is not that I have never failed means you have not tested yourself. You are always sitting in a comfort zone. You will die in a comfort zone. You will be a chaiwala. You will die as a chaiwala, just like many of his relatives, many of his near and dear ones. You will live a fisherman's life. You will die as a fisherman, just like Abdul Kalam's near cousins are still fishermen. They would have become a bigger fisherman, that's all. Why? They were comfortable in that comfort zone. A tribal woman will live in the forest and she will die in the forest. Forget coming to a village. Forget coming to a town. Forget coming to a city. Forget coming to a state head. Forget coming to a country head. Forget of really being the first citizen of a great republic country. It's highly impossible. Why? It was a mediocre life. You have always lived in the comfort zone. Yesterday also you were in comfort zone. Today also you will live in a comfort zone. Then I think God has made a big blunder by giving you a life of a human. He should have actually treated you as an animal and he should have given you an animalistic life. What is the difference between humans and animals? They also live, they also excrete, they also reproduce. What is that you are doing different? The only difference that what I can do, what animals cannot do, is thinking and expanding myself from that comfort zone to an uncomfort zone. How many times do you think Chaiwala would have put himself into so many uncomfort zones to reach the level what he has reached? How many times have you put yourself into such tight spot? Never. You have always played a easy game. When opportunity came, you used to hide behind somebody. When opportunity came, and sometimes it was authorized also, you would have told no, and you would have given what? Excuse. What is excuse? Excuse is a truth in a wrong place. Most of the time. Why? The womb of willingness. Your mind is like a womb. I have a willingness, then automatically solutions are born. I have non-willingness, then automatically excuses are born. That is, a leader is the one who has a womb of willingness and he dares to say, come what may, we will hit them back and we will hit them back hard. Uri surgical strike. We did not react, we responded. A good leader is the one who does not react but he responds. We took time. Yes, हमारा सिंदूर हमसे निकल के लेके गया और उसने बोला, मोदी जी को बोल दो, हमने आपका सिंदूर लिया है. And Modi ji waited, he did not react. He brought the intelligence together. They started discussing. Strategies were put in place. Yes, you cannot react. The moment they say, tomorrow the production has to be doubled, you cannot come, react and say, come on guys, everybody work 5 hours extra. Results will not come. Wrong results means the entire project is down. So you take time and you respond. You start working. You start scientifically designing how the end result has to be. Do a mapping, complete mapping from the start to an end. Everything went according to the map. And they also used that opportunity to tell the world, we have one of the best missiles of the latest technology, and that is called as BrahMos, and this can be used in this manner. They got an opportunity to test all the latest technology, and we got too many orders, including Russia and us, and BrahMos was marketed in the entire world. in the platform that was laid to us by so-called Pakistanis, and we have displayed a phenomenal results. That is what we say responding. Reacting means you are doing it in urgency. It will simply explode. There is no direction to it. When I have a Coca-Cola, I just open it, it responds, it explodes. There is no direction to it. It will only create devastation. But we add precise way how we reacted. Our missiles went to centimeter close to the places where they had nuclear stocks. What would happen if the same few centimeters here and there? Do you think we were not accurate? We were very accurate. We knew if the bullet passes to this place, it's not going to hit the heart. It will just pass through. That will be a warning to them to tell we can hit the bullet here also. And that is when the entire war had to come to a standstill, because that is the precise way of responding what we did. Uri surgical strike also was a very successful one. Why? We did not react, we responded. The same thing has to consistently happen. As a leader, people look up to it and they expect him to perform again and again, again and again, again and again. There is no way for him to take rest, and he has to consistently keep performing. Anytime when the performance comes down, there will be a lot of people, because everybody is looking up to, he will be looked up to, and when he is not going to perform, he will be looked down also. That is what happened recently. And there was no waiting. A leader he does not wait for the cameraman. He does not wait for the script. He does not wait for any kind of people to come for the lights. He simply goes, he switches on and he says, I'm extremely sorry for what has happened to me. I take the responsibility and right things shall be done from here onwards. My condolence to all those people who are affected. That's the beauty of it. That is what leadership skill is all about. So when an opportunity like that is given, I take the authority. I not only influence myself, I also influence my team. Influence with the right kind of positiveness. When the first match was lost, and the newspapers write left and right, and they say were they completely drunk when they selected the captain and the team members. Now the selectors had no other way. They had to come and speak to the team players. So when they come, Dhoni stops them in the hotel and says, nothing doing. You are not going to talk to me also. You are not going to talk to my team members also. Yes, I am taking it as a challenge. If we lose one more match if we are going to lose, I allow you to take up that, and we will come and we will discuss. But now I want none of you to come and either talk to me or talk to my players, or else I'll resign and I will leave this place right now. That is what is called as a commanding leadership. Because he knew the team was completely lost, because they knew that 2020 is a first kind of an experience, and losing the first game so badly, they were completely shattered. Their confidence had come too low. At that moment, a leader should come and say, it's okay to fail. Somebody should come and push them. Leadership skills can be pushed by building that confidence, which is an imaginary confidence. Confidence is not something which is visible. Confidence is not based on your strength. Confidence is just based on your will. If that confidence can be built, miracles can happen. As a leader, can you build that confidence and bring that miracles? Yes, that Chanakya was capable of. That Thomas Alva Edison's mother was capable of. Chanakya identified a man who was playing a marble, and he told, you are not going to be the king, I am going to make you an emperor, a king of all kings. Come with me. And he is very clear. He doesn't say anything less to his mother also. I'm going to make your son an emperor. Please send him with me. That is the kind of confidence if you can pour. And here this man never wanted that negative confidence to get onto his team. He says nobody is going to talk. If we lose one more match, I am ready. Do you know what were the words he came and he spoke to the teammates? We always say, as a leader, negative will not be put down. Negative can always be taken up. Positive only should go down. To your subordinates, only positivity should go. To your authority, to the higher ups, you can throw as many tantrums as possible. He comes and says, the team and the selectors and the Indian audience were very happy about how we have performed. They never thought our first match we would at least play so beautifully. We have lost the match, but they have asked, all of you are doing so good, bounce back. All of you are doing so good, simply bounce back. And after that miracle happened, we did not lose any matches in the first 2020 World Cup, and we won the first 2020 World Cup. And a new leader emerged. He was called Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He became everybody's name. Every household started talking about him. There was no looking back. Just 3 to 6 months down the line, he was declared as a one-day international captain, and few months later, after 1 year, he was also declared as 5-day test captain, and there was no looking back. Today, record says he's one of the successful captain of Indian cricket teams. From the past till now, very, very successful. That is what leadership skills is all about. Am I there to take up that? Can I pour that positivity onto my subordinates? You were playing. Could you play that onto somebody else? Some of them, they were just mute spectators. They thought, this is not a game for me to be. God sometimes throws you small opportunities and observes you. If you take it seriously, bigger opportunities is coming on the line. When smaller opportunities, you don't grab it, you're not happy about doing it. What message are you sending? You're sending a message to the genie or the angels. I'm not interested in any such opportunities. Don't throw me any such opportunities. So that person will remain a mediocre, die as a mediocre, because when an opportunity is giving, he is not taking with full energy and enthusiasm. Your father buys a small toy. Let it be a small bat and ball, a plastic one. The enthusiasm with which this 3-year-old was playing, 4-year-old was playing, 5-year-old was playing, his father thought that I should give him a better bat. He gets him a wooden bat. He starts playing that also with so much of seriousness, and there was no looking back. He buys a cork bat and a cork ball, and he starts playing. He is none other than the small miracle boy who was a ball boy, and today he is called as God of cricket. I'm talking about Tendulkar. Now when a tool is given, how enthusiastically you hold on to that tool is what is going to make the difference. I buy a cricket bat, he leaves the cricket bat, he keeps on holding what is called as sautu. That means, oh, master chef banne wala. I don't put any grade as low or high. That means that is his skill set. When he shows interest consistently in doing that, that is what his cup of tea is. He thinks he is good in that. If you think you are good in that, you are definitely good in that. If you think you are good in this, you are definitely good in this. That is what we believe, and that is what we become a result of. Lata Mangeshkar did not sing at the age of 18. Right when she was 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, she started singing. That is what we say as a leader, can you pour that positiveness to the world? Let me share this beautiful story and go to the rest of the slides. Thomas Alva Edison wanted to go to school just like you and me crave, I want to go to school, I want to go to school, I want to go to school. Thomas also wanted to go to school. He always used to ask, Mama, when will you send me to school? Mama, when will you send me to school? But he could not speak, only sounds he could make. Thomas Alva Edison was a slow learner. He was little mentally retarded, so he could not catch up things, he could not pronounce words. When he was for the first time taken at the age of 4 to a school, the school did not accept him because he could not utter few basic letters and words also. They told no, until unless he speaks, we cannot. Next year also mother went, they could not take. Next year also mother went, they could not take. Even after 7 years when he could not get a seat, somehow the mother was pleading the principal, please allow him to attend the classes. You give him a conditional admission only. If he does not pick up, you can always send him back. Then the principal agreed, okay, on this condition I am going to accept. We will observe him for 2 months. If he is going to be okay, we will continue. If he is not okay, we will stop. Mother told, okay. Mother buys the best uniform for him because his son always wanted to wear a uniform. Neatly, the uniform is put, the shoe is put, the socks is put. Just like we go to any kind of an English medium school, he also goes to a school. He's so happy. But as he's attending the classes, he's the most senior student compared to all his other batchmates. But still, everybody could follow, he could not follow. He was totally confused. He came back home and said, Mama, everybody is different, I am different. Why is it, Mama? And even the teacher keeps saying. Teacher asked me a question when I am not able to say, he's a special child, he's different, she says. What do I mean by special child, Ma? She says, special child means you are more intelligent, you are more genius. Mother keeps feeding this. You are more intelligent, you are more genius. Is it so, ma? And first day happens, second day absent. After 15 days, all the teacher unanimously goes to the principal and says, we are not doing justice to Edison because he is not able to follow us. Please ask his parents to put him into a special school. Principal also had no other option, so he waits and he says, let me tell his mother that it is not going to be possible. So she sends a word for Thomas. Thomas comes to the class, to the principal's cabin. She says, Thomas, yes sir, from tomorrow you need not come to the school. Immediately he starts crying. Why is this, sir? He starts crying. I cannot explain why it is. I have written in this letter. Can I speak to your mom? What time will your mom come? Can you go home and bring your mom? No, my mom comes only after 6:30. By the time the school will be closed. You do like this. I would have written a letter. I'll give you that letter signed by me. I have written the reason why you cannot come from tomorrow. You ask your mother to read. Can you read? No, na. So you ask your mother to read. You can go now. He comes home cryingly. He's waiting in the home, in that small hut for his mother to come. And mother comes at 6:30. Mother anticipated one day a day would come when my son will be early from school, and that day would be his last class. And mother knew that this day will come, and she was already ready for that. And mother knew his son wanted to experience the school, and that thought process of leadership skills and I can do, that confidence had to be poured to him. So as soon as she comes, she knows. What happened? Your principal told her not to go to school from tomorrow? Yes, mama. How do you know? I knew it. I told you, na, you are a genius student. That's the reason you cannot be with normal students like them. Yes, mama. I also start feeling the same. Mama, can you read this letter to me? Yes, she picks up the letter. As she opens the letter, she's with tears and she reads it very loud because she wanted the subconscious mind of Thomas Alva Edison to understand what she is reading, and she reads it. My dear son, I am reading the letter for you. To the parent of Thomas Alva Edison. Your son is a genius student. A genius student like your son should not be in a normal school with normal students like us. He should be sent to a special school where only geniuses are taught. We wish him all the best, and you're faithfully the principal. And she reads this, and immediately there is a smile in the face of this Thomas. He says, Mama, I knew it. I knew it. I was different from all my friends. I think genius students are like me only, Mama. Yes, Mama, you send me to whatever the genius school. Or he writes one letter there in the bracket. If you cannot afford to send to a school, you teach him yourself. We wish him all the best in his life. He says, not required, Thomas. I will teach you. She makes a small space for him to learn through experiments because he was slow. He was very slow. He kept on doing experiments, understanding experiments, understanding experiments, understanding. One experiment will lead to an invention. Experiments, understanding, experiment, understanding, experience, experiment, understanding, one more invention. So by the age of 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, he had already done too many inventions and they were well off. Now they wanted to go to a bigger place. Somehow every time he was down, Thomas was little down, because in life you will see all the days will not be a success seeing days. There are some days where failures also will hit you. So when failures hit, he was enthusiastic in order to know what that principal had written in the letter. Because that would push a lot of energy in him, telling that you are the positive man and you are the genius and you are made to do genius. So he wanted that. He used to go, Mama, where is that letter? Where is that letter? No, I have lost it, yaar. I am very sorry. But I know what was in the letter. Shall I read it for you? She told, yes, Mama, read it. And the mother used to read from her mind the same lines. Every time this lines was told, a person who was down with a little bit of depression, a little bit of inferiority complex would raise himself and say, Mama, I am genius. I am made here to do wonderful things in life. Thanks, Mama, for reading the letter. And he used to go and work. Work and work and work, and they become well off. Now the time came when they had to shift all the luggage, and when his mother was out, Thomas was removing some luggage on the top with the help of few of his friends. One of his friends says, I see an old trunk. And he says, which is the trunk? Because he knew he had his trunk. In that trunk, he had kept all his toys, all his uniform, and even the letter of what the principal had given was in the pocket of that uniform, which every time he used to open and see when he was not able to read. The day he started learning how to read, and when mom knew that one day he's going to know how to read and he will read, she hid it from him so that he should not open that letter and read at all. And now when the trunk came down, he knew this is the trunk. He opened the trunk, everything was kept intact. Nothing was changed. His uniform, the toys, the ball what he played with, a doll which he played with, everything was kept there beautifully. His interest was not in anything. His interest was in the letter the principal had written. He just touches the pocket of a small shirt. He could feel the paper was still there. He opens that paper and he holds it like this, and he wanted to read what was there in the memory. And as he is reading, it is not matching. And he started with tears reading it loud to the parent of Thomas Alva Edison. Your son is a genius student, nay, your son is a slow learner. A slow learner like him, a genius student like him, nay, a slow learner like him cannot progress in life with normal students like us. You should send him to special school and we wish him all the best. Or if you cannot afford, you teach him on your own. We wish him all the best. When he read this letter, he could not control himself. Right at that moment, a mother walks in and he says, Mama, you're still afraid to give this letter to me? Mama, I'm not the same person. I'm already a genius. The principal writes I'm slow? No. How many inventions, Mama? Thank you, Mama, for making a genius out of me. Otherwise, I would have been one such student who would be doing nothing. I'm telling this for each and every one of you. There is a genius sitting in every one of us. Can you see the genius in your subordinate? Can you see the genius in your kid? Can you see the genius in your wife? Can you see that? When you seek for the right people will be visible. When you seek for the wrong people will be visible. It always depends what are you seeking for. A drunkard, you send him to any village, he will say, in that village I thought I will not find a bar and restaurant. Huh? Do you know how many bar and restaurants are there? 3. What you seek is visible. For the same village, if I send a spiritual person, you said in that village there is no temples. I saw 3 such beautiful temples. What kind of aura, what kind of energy it could exhibit, you will see what you want to see. So that is law of attraction. You will attract what you want to attract. So when you know I can attract what I want to attract, let me decide what I want to attract and start attracting. Leadership is all about that. Can I really work on my leadership skills? Can I really start moving in all the direction possible? That is what is important. So there is, sorry. So what is leadership skills that we have already seen? Now we will go for a small few explanation of what does leadership skills can become. All of us have this deep insight that I want to be a leader. All of us want to be a leader. But when an opportunity comes, we are not ready to take up. Do you know after the first 2020 World Cup was won, most of the senior players went up to Dhoni and told, Dhoni, a great man you are, yaar. You make that courage to go. Only after you won the World Cup, there was a craving in us. If I would have also told yes, today I would be enjoying that World Cup in my hand. First 2020 World Cup, what an honor it is. So all of us want to be a leader, but all of us are not ready to fail multiple times. All of us are allergic to this word failure. Because we are allergic to this word failure, what we do, we tend not to go out of the comfort zone. I will fail only if I go out of the comfort zone. Nah? I will not go out of the comfort zone. I'll live as a fisherman, die as a fisherman. I'll live as a tribal woman, die as a tribal woman. I'll be working in the same entry-level job in Toyota and I will die in the same entry-level job. What is the difference between them and us? The only difference is we are not ready to take challenges because we are afraid of the word failure. A good leader is the one who will not be afraid of the word failure, because a leader knows it is okay to fail. Only when you fail multiple times, you can win success multiple times. One man very beautifully asked Tendulkar, don't have pride that you are the greatest and you are the maximum record holder? I don't know whether I'll have to feel pride or I'll have to feel bad. The reporter was confused. Why do you say that? You're talking about a pride because I have maximum records. Yes, there is also a sorrow, there is also a bad because I have maximum negative records also. What do you mean by negative records? I was the one who was out for zero maximum number of times. I was the one who was out for single digit between 1 to 9 maximum number of times. I was the one who was out between 1 to 50 maximum number of times. I was the one who was out for 49 maximum number of times. I was the one who was out for 99 maximum number of times. I was the one who was out between 100 to 150 maximum number of times. All this happened because I was there daring to go even after I had multiple failures. So it is okay to have multiple failures. A good leader knows this. I tried once, I failed, but I will go once again. I again failed, I will go once again. How many times? I will go 9,999 times. I know, because that one success, when it comes, all the failures will be forgotten. All the failures shall be forgotten. And that is what a great leader is. He can dare to bounce back and say, I will jump once again, once more time. That is actually a leadership skill. All of us always do that, but we are not ready to consistently carry on with that. That would be very, very important. So we say, whenever you are a leader, people look up to you, they respect you, they make you the great leader, they keep you there. And when any small mistake also happens, it becomes very difficult to actually console them. That is what really happened, and the entire nation was talking, why is Modi ji not coming and telling something? The parents whose loved ones were lost, why is he not coming and telling something? He's sending condolence messages to people who have died in earthquake somewhere in some part of the country. And somewhere down, when Deve Gowda's wife has passed away, he sends a condolence message. When somewhere down in Karnataka, one of the MLA, when he passed away, he sends a condolence message. And when there was an accident and something happened, he sends a condolence message. But why is he not talking anything about need? It was the biggest mistake that would have ever happened. It can happen under the leadership of anybody. But under the leadership of Modi ji, why did it happen? That is what happens. The moment you become the leader, people look up to you, and you should always keep up with that expectation. It's not easy to be a star. It's not easy to be a leader. And the moment you become a leader, you will have to walk a thorny place. And then you will be tested and you will be observed. Every move of yours will be checked. You are going in a small function. You do one mistake, it is going to be observed. Every word that you utter is going to be checked. So you will be looked up to. You will be looked up to with a lot of respect. You will be looked up to as though we are acting as a lawmaker and we are checking every move of yours. So as a leader, you will have to execute all this. Leaders are always looked up to. Leaders are constantly watched, and leaders are expected to do the same again and again and again. There is no second thought. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, there is no one day. No, I am a vegetarian on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, non-vegetarian on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. No, that means you are non-veg only. So a leader will always be looked up to. But for that to happen, you will have to start working with some basic disciplines of who a great leader is. One of the first basic discipline is a leader is the one who assumes unconditional responsibility. When I told we will play a game, all of you should have come unconditionally. I am going to put my heart and soul into this game. Like that, your living has to be 100%. Most of the time, you will not live 100%. You will crib about the past when you will start thinking, that time I should have lived 100%. And you will start thinking, in future when I get that position, I will start living 100%. No, it will not work like that. Right now, in this moment, can I live that 100%? A chance is given, I will speak 100%. A time is given to broom, I will broom 100%. A time is given for me to speak, I'll speak 100%. A time is given for me to eat, I'll eat 100%. So that is what a leader is. He assumes unconditional responsibility and he works towards it. A leader is the one, when I say unconditional responsibility, you don't ask for condition, it is unconditional. Come what may, I am the captain, I am going to work unconditionally. Abdul Kalam, it is unconditional. Nobody uses a condition and then works. Mother Teresa, unconditional. With this penny and me on my side, I am going to take up unconditionally. So that unconditional responsibility, and leaders are the one who lead by examples. You can't simply talk. You should walk your talk. Leading by example and means following that. ना घूस लूंगा, ना घूस लेने वालों को छोड़ूंगा. I will not allow anybody else also to take bribe, and I shall not take bribe also. That is the kind of living what the great leaders always will have to lead. Lead by example. You will have to set an example. Most of the time what we do, examples are meant for our kids only. Get up early in the morning, exercise every day, read every day, upgrade every day. Who told you you should not upgrade? Who showed you should not get up? Who told you you should not read? But you always want this. That is not a leadership. Leaders is the one who leads by example. He leads in the front by example. And that has to be unconditional leading. He has to follow it sincerely. Let me share a beautiful story. A story is all about this. That was once a Republic Day. On the Republic Day, all of us wanted to go and have a flag hoisting in our office. So because I was on the way going, I thought I'll pick up my friend. My friend was just having his breakfast. As he was having his breakfast, I thought I will wait outside. He told it will take time. He asked me to come inside. As soon as I went there, my friend's daughter was seeing a big national symbol, the 4 lions. She started asking what is written at the bottom. It was written, what is written at the bottom? Satya Meve Jayate. That means ultimately the truth only shall win. He was asking what is it written, in which language is it written. He told it is a Sanskrit word. It is called as Satya Meva Jayate. That means ultimately truth only shall win. Then what does that mean? It means you should not tell a lie. Even if you keep on telling a lie, ultimately the truth only shall win. In that case, your lies will always be a wrong karma for you. Never ever lie. And he made a beautiful statement. As soon as I came, he told this. Most of us as leaders, we say, please do not lie. Your lie would have traveled half of the world. But when the truth is still tying his lace, when the truth comes, lie will simply disappear. So it is very important for you not to lie. He was explaining this in a very systematic manner. When all this explanation happened, immediately I went, and at that moment his mobile started ringing. Most of us, when a boss calls, just to understand that it is your boss call, you keep a what you call ringtone as a barking dog. Immediately his wife also knew boss has called. His daughter also knew my dad's boss has called. I also knew boss has called. Immediately, because he was in a flow of explaining his daughter Satyam Eva Jayate, ultimately Satya is going to win, Satyam Eva Jayate, he immediately called his wife. You pick up the call and you tell him I am in the restroom. Then immediately our daughter told, Papa, what ma? I have told you, na, Satyam Eva Jayate means ultimately truth will win and you should never tell a lie. I have seen you multiple times, you are telling a lie. As my daughter, I am cautioning you, you should not tell a lie. When you eat 2 chocolates, tell your mother you ate 2 chocolates. Don't say I ate only 1. When you ate 2 jamuns, tell your mom that you have eaten 2 jamuns. Again it started ringing. Immediately he again shouted, why don't you pick up the call and tell him that I am in the restroom? Now the daughter again told, Papa, what? She shouted, Papa! Then he told, what? Papa, you are telling Satyam Eva Jayate, ultimately Satya means you are asking me if I eat 2 chocolates, tell I have eaten 2 chocolates. If you are not busy, if you are not in the restroom, why don't you pick up the call and tell your boss that I will talk to you later? That is what we say, can I lead by example? All great leaders, they represent a cause. If I say Ahimsa, you can remember one great leader who represented that cause, Gandhiji. When I say abundance, love and forgiveness, you will always remember Jesus. Why? He stood for that abundance, love, and he stood for that great passion even when he was on the last breath. See how difficult it is for a person who has been tortured day in, day out to stand on that cross and say, oh God, forgive, because they don't know what they are doing is wrong. How much strong you should be to tell that. One more great example of passion and love is Mother Teresa. She was an abundance of passion. Nobody could get into her influence or a circle of influence and not be influenced by her. Such a great personality she was. There was one such encounter which troubled and that was called as a turning point of Mother Teresa's vision of building multiple hospitals across the world. It was one very multi-billionaire businessman in MG Road of Calcutta. He had a very bad meeting. Because of his bad meeting, as he was just going out, he was completely disturbed and he just wanted to be to himself. Right at that moment, a group of young girls, volunteers, they came up to this man, they stopped him, who was very rigorously and fastly moving out of the hotel, and told, "Excuse me, sir, can you help? We are building hospitals for these poor people." He got angry and he told, "You beggars, you have nothing to do, you come here to beg." He was disturbed with the meeting and that went on. These girls also got angry. If you have money, you give. I know you don't have money. You think you are a billionaire, you can give? You can give. No, nah, get lost. That guy got angry. He started abusing, and as he's abusing and he's going, those people also started saying abusive words, and he's going and going. He's just going like this. Mother Teresa was there, who was actually collecting money from few people there. She turns like this, and this guy turns like this. Mother Teresa did not know what happened. She looks at that businessman, a very tall man. He's as tall as this, and he looks at him and says, "Sir, I'm sorry, I came on your way." "Sir?" "Yes. Can you please help? We are building hospitals for those poor children who cannot afford treatment." He did not know how to do. She was having a bowl. He spits into the bowl. At that instant, anybody would have gone crazy. You should look at how Mother Teresa reacted. She picked up an handkerchief which she had kept. She removed it. She folded it. "Thanks for this. I don't mind having this. Please, can you help those poor people? Poor children, they don't have parents. I want to support them. We want to support them." And this man was with complete tears. That is the kind of cause you will have to represent. When the cause is very strong, you automatically become a leader. So if you want to be a leader, look for a cause. When the cause becomes too strong, automatically an ordinary person who is holding on to that cause becomes a great leader. All leaders, they don't give any options. Leaders give no options. They always work towards one thing and they will see to it that that one thing is achieved without fail. And the leaders do not give any excuses. Most of the time what we do, we start giving lot of excuses because we are working from a willingness and non-willingness home. When there is a willingness home, we start giving excuses. When there is a non-willingness, automatically excuses are gone. Assuming one day you're wanted to get up early in the morning at 5 o'clock. Every day you kept an alarm, you don't get up. Why? There is no that willingness for you to get up. What if your daughter comes today and says, "Papa, tomorrow 5 o'clock I'll have to be in the college because I have an interview which is starting at 6. My lecturers have told be here by 5. Papa, please, can you drop me at 5? Immediately you make all the arrangements. Hey, you need not worry, ma. 4 o'clock I'll get up by 4:30. I would have taken bath. I'll wake you up at 4:30. You can take the bath by 4:30 to 4:45. And at 4:45 I will pick you up. I'll drop you in the school by 5 o'clock. Is that okay? Done. Now tomorrow when the alarm rings, do you need any motivation or do you need any excuses? No. You will say, "Come what may, I'm ready." You don't give excuses there. But as soon as you get up and you come and you knock the door and your daughter is there and you are saying, "Daughter, you told you will have to go to the interview, na? I have already got up, I am already ready." You get up, ma. You're not ready. Now the daughter will say, "Papa, I simply told you a lie because I wanted you to get up and exercise. Go and exercise now." Still you have an option. Are you ready to go and exercise? No. You will go for the bed again. Why? This willingness is not there. You are born with excuses and you will die with excuses. Excuses is like a cancerous disease. If a person remains as a chaiwala and dies as a chaiwala, it is only because of this consistent excuses he's been giving. Ask yourself, can I vaccinate myself from giving excuses? All the leaders have vaccinated themselves from giving excuses. That is the reason they have reached what they have reached. When you look at them, they don't have so much of remarkable things. It is the backbenchers who have become what you call company heads, and it is the front benchers who are working for them. Why? They are able to understand leadership skills and they are able to work. And leader is the one who don't gives, and leader is the one who follows passion for excellence. Every time in every work what you do in the floor, can I follow that passion so that the same tool is done better and better, better and better, better and better. The quality is improved over and over and over again, so that it reaches that niche and you feel proud about it. That can be only be possible when you start working with passion. That's the reason we say there are certain floors in Toyota where miraculous output happen, and there are certain floors in Toyota where average output happens. They grade them and they say this is number one. Why is it called number one? None of the products that comes out of it will fail. That is what we say. They don't give excuses and they work with passion. Working with passion is like how this dabawalas in Bombay work. They don't have any technology. They don't have any latest system, just like Flipkart. This delivery has to go here only. That Flipkart is following now. They will have 12 lakh transactions that they will have to do. First taking the dabba from the home and dropping it to the lunch place, and after the lunch picking the dabba and coming and giving back to the same lady. They have never missed here and there. That's the reason they had got ISO 9000 for the first such non-documented, means they don't have any records. Everything is happening manually and they do not make any mistakes. 1 in 4 lakh may happen a mistake. Otherwise they are most of the time flawless. Why? Because they work with passion. A chai wala, when he makes the chai, hey, yesterday chai to this, today's chai is something different here. That's the reason I come to you. Every time I come, I see something new and delicious. So customers will come back to you. Customers do not go for iPhone because iPhone is good. Customers go to the iPhone because of the passion that is added up to that iPhone by picking the best of everything and putting it together. There is nothing that iPhone is going to manufacture on his own. Everything is done by different people, but he brings all that with passion. He assembles with passion. He puts an energy and software with passion, the best of everything with no compromise, and then he releases to the market and people go and buy that passion. And he is consistently developing the passion. Every time a Toyota or any kind of Tata, when they manufacture anything, they try to bring new things, new quality, new inventions. It is not going to be the same old thing. When you bring that passion for excellence, automatically you as a leader will start growing. You will start growing so phenomenally, and that implementation will start seeing the entire company grow. So when I say you're working in a floor, I think all these qualities can be shown within the floor that you work. Most of the time, within the available resource, doing things is also equally important. I have 10 people and I'll have to give the product which I used to do 100 numbers. Now they have asked with the same 10 people, I'll have to complete 110, and it happens once in a year. It's not every time. How will the floor start working towards it? You cannot come and dictate. The floor people will never be interested in getting dictated or directed or ordered. How will you do? You should have that leadership skills of trying to throw the challenge onto the audience and making the audience say, we want to do it. So for that, powerful languaging is required. How do you communicate with them is required, and that can be done, and it should be shown. It is not important how many people I have in life. What is important is what can I do with available resources. Immediately one person can say, sir, I think if you bring 2 more people, we can do. No, I cannot do that. With available resource, you tell me, how can we maximize and see to it within the next 10 days, my production of 100 should go to 110, because the delivery of 110 has been promised. And this does not happen always. It happens once in a year. I want suggestions from each and every one of you, because all of you are more and equally experienced as I am. Some of you are more smarter than me. I have seen it. I want you to give me an advice, you to give this forum an advice, so that unanimously, if all of us agree to that, we shall go ahead with that. So what happens? Automatically, one by one, they want to be sportive, they want to show leadership skills. So we are logging in at 9 o'clock and logging off at 6 o'clock. Let us log in by 8. 2, 3 may have objections, so coming early will be difficult. Any solutions for that? Immediately one more person. So few of us can stay back late. And one more thing, there is one more Sunday in between. One person, because he wanted to say, when you create that want, everybody wants to be a leader, that energy will flow. Immediately, anybody has any suggestion? That man, if I would have told you work on Sunday also, you wouldn't have worked. Now, because he wanted to prove he's a leader and he wants to help, he says, sir, we have one Sunday in between. Why don't we work on that Sunday for half a day? Problem solved. We need not come in the morning, we did not come in the evening. Sir, 3 options are there. 2 hours extra in the morning for few, 2 hours extra in the evening for few, or on Sunday all of us will unanimously come for half a day and finish it off. Throw this onto the audience and we will go for a voting. Whomsoever majority votes, all of you agree? Yes, when everybody says all of us will agree, now throw the challenge onto the floor, and unanimously when the hands go up, no one person can reject it because we have already agreed to the terms and conditions. This is how a floor has to be thrown and work has to be executed. Again, when resources are less, you will have to tell him. Kargil mein resources were not there when they had to bring them down. With the available resources, they had to fight. And there, the stock, whatever we are talking about, what was the challenge was, in your case, the challenge was not life and death. There, the challenge was life and death. If they can do it, why can't you? You're not having such challenges. So a good motivator as a leader is very important. How you communicate and put it across to the audience is also important. And telling that Sunday I will be the person who will come early morning 7 o'clock and stay back till 6. I will raise my hand first. So that way you should say, no, I will go with my wife to Qutub Minar. You guys work. It will not work. Lead by example means you should be the first person. You cannot allow them to come and you will not. And the belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. This is a beautiful thing. Whenever a new project starts, whenever a new day starts, every day it has to start with a beautiful belief system. I think from today when you go back to the floor, when you go back outside this room, they should not come ordinary good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night at all. Happiness should be poured in abundance. Happy morning, happy working, happy extra hours, happy lunch, happy dinner, happy breakfast. Happiness should be added up irrespective of what situation it is. Everything should be done happily. So the belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. Can you carry with this positive belief system which can always touch and start with a big bang? That's the reason we always start Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samprabha Nirvigyam Kuramedeva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Let me start with this belief system. There will be vignas. The entire prayer says there will be vignas. But I know you as God, Vigna Nashaka, you will come and you will destroy that Vigna. I am taking this opportunity knowing obstacles will come, knowing resistance will come. That is called as a leadership skills. Nobody is there, na? Okay. I can simply walk and go, na? Come. Then you are not called as a leader. You are called as a buffoon. A leader is the one who knows there will be obstacles, but starts with this belief, there shall be obstacles. So how will I know obstacles? Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvigyam Kuramedeva. There shall come obstacles from all directions. I know you, Ganapa, will remove all these obstacles or give me the strength to remove all these obstacles. A beautiful Ram's prayers is there. He says, Kashta kodbeda anta naan helalla Rama. Kashta kodu. ಕಷ್ಟನ ಸಹಿಸುವಂತ ಶಕ್ತಿನೂ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡು ರಾಮ, ಆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡು ರಾಮ. That is what we Indians are capable of. Miracles are not done by NASA. Miracles are done by ISRO. People ridiculed us. The Google, now Pichai is CEO, forget. Before when Pichai was not CEO, do you know how Google ridiculed us? Google showed Indians as though we are tribals and we live like tribals. The images that were shown by Google as tribals. Indian road system, when they used to show a bullock cart with too many people around it. They will show a bus, too many people around it. They will show an auto, too many people around, on top, on bottom, everywhere. Train, too many people around it. Plane, too many people around it. Our great person who writes humoristic diagram, I'm not able to get his name. He wrote a beautiful caption and a beautiful cartoon, and that cartoon got an award. And what was that cartoon? He shows the same images what Google had shown. And in the last, there is one image where Indian ISRO's satellite is getting launched, and there are a lot of people standing in queue. Each and every one is come with a satellite. US 1, US 2, USA 3, like that. They are also in the line. There are other countries also in the line. because India completed mission Mars at a cost less than 10 rupees per kilometer, which is impossible to imagine for the world. The world started thinking, we have hopes. My satellite also can reach orbit. I'll not take other examples. We will take up USA. USA had lot of government agencies like weathercasting, their airline traffic management system. They wanted their own dedicated, they wanted their satellite which can manage that. They never had. They could not actually get to NASA and get it done because NASA was the most costliest affair. When you look at what was the cost of our mission Mars, it was 1/10th the cost of then released one beautiful movie called as Gravity. Look at the kind of budgeting. So most of these companies, people and scientists who were working, they were with tears when they came to know mission Mars happened at this cost. Because at that cost, NASA could not even imagine. 100 times more than that, 1,000 times more than that was their budget. How will a government agency who has his budget so limited will approach NASA and say, "Mera bhi satellite udhar chhod do na"? Not possible. But we told, come, bring, we will put it. Like that, at one go, 1,200 plus satellites were taken and it was launched. I may be wrong with the numbers, but it was more than 100 and it was very, very successful. That is what India is capable of. We are capable of doing the remarkable thing which nobody else thinks it is going to be possible. That remarkability can you bring in your floor? Can you bring that in your floor and see to it that your floor enjoys that the best tag and that ISRO tag, that we are able to do that miracle because we believe so. People ridiculed, can our mission Mars be successful? They ridiculed. First was a successful. Second also is nearly successful because our soft landing only did not happen. So looking at our success ratio, nobody could ever think of anything else because mission Mars first only, on the first attempt only being successful, we were the only people. And second failed, but third they did not. So we were very, very strong. Chandrayana 1, Chandrayana 2, Chandrayana 3. So does not may give any failure, instead continues one more time. That is what I did. A great leader is the one who is not allergic to the word failure. 9,999 times a person failed, but he knows how to bounce back. He knows I am only as good as how good I am today. My tomorrow is not equal to today. My today is not equal to tomorrow. Most of us are disturbed about what we did yesterday. Yesterday you were out for 0. That doesn't mean today also you will be 0. Don't get into inferiority complex. A leader is the one who does not. Yesterday you have hit a century. Don't be overconfident and go today without practice. That is also dangerous. Your yesterday is not equal to today. Your today will not be equal to tomorrow. Your yesterday will not be equal to tomorrow. Today you may be a chai wala. You need not start again as a chai wala there. I can show you so many success formulas where people have taken their success at the age of 62, 65. A person who has been consistently failing at the age of 65 becomes the president of United States of America and he is considered as greatest president ever. And how did it happen? Because they were not allergic to this word failure. They were able to bounce back and do. The loudest way to tell the entire world, shut up, is to show results. A leader knows that. Dhoni did not come onto an argument with them. He told, give me one more match. I know how to tell the same newspaper. The loudest way to tell the news, shut up, is I shall show results. And when the results came, the same Modi was taken up. Because when they look at you as a leader, they will respect you. They may put you down for some time, but they will again take you back. So that is what is called as leadership. A leader knows I am only as good as how good I am today. My past is not equal to the future. My present is not equal to future. A great leader is the one. Anger is a temporary solution. Communication alone is a permanent solution. This basic understanding when you have, your life would become very, very beautiful. Let us go for one small understanding of what leadership can. And I used to work in a petrol bank. That was his past. Today you know what kind of a man he is. He was rejected. Rejection is a part of everybody's job. He was rejected in the interview of the pilot. If we wouldn't have rejected, we wouldn't have got our missile man of India. So sometimes your rejection, your failure is building you for a better future. We should always understand it like that. I was rejected in an interview. I was rejected for the job in All India Radio because of my heavy voice. But today he is only liked because of that heavy voice. He was rejected in films because of his height. Today people like to have him because of his height. Earlier the cameras could not focus and show him fully, so they used to show him off. That way he was not capable of getting inside the camera, and they told अगर वो लंबू जी है तो we cannot. उसके लिए शॉट्स बहुत दूर से लेना पड़ता है, दूर से वो फ्रेमिंग अच्छा नहीं होता है, नजदीक आने से आधा ही हम लोग ले सकते हैं. So most of his movies were off frame. If you watch you will understand. But today we have got a better technology. It can frame anybody into the frame, and we have lengthier one and broader one also. So I failed in 8th standard. He's Sachin Tendulkar. During my high school, I was rejected in a class school basketball team. Forget about becoming an international player. Sometimes failures will happen in your floor. Nobody may recognize you. But a day would come when you would become a CEO of that company. Pichai was rejected multiple times. His first interview he was not through. But today he is a CEO. It is possible. So you will have to consistently keep working. I didn't even complete my university education. I am Bill Gates. I used to serve tea in a shop and support my football training. And you know his story. He had picked up a child in order to do an accidental advertisement, because there was no other child. He picked up one child which was there, and that child actually he wins over him, and they are the winner of the World Cup FIFA 2026, and these people were the second one. So life can take you from anywhere to anywhere. Don't underestimate anybody. Don't disrespect anybody. A baby whom he bathed, he did not know one day he will be an opponent and he will take the cup and he will be keeping watching her. Okay, he used to sleep on the floor in the friend's room, returning Coke bottles, and he used to have meals served in ISKCON temples. And that man is this great man, Steve Jobs. So anybody can become great. My teacher used to call me a failure, Tony Blair. His teacher called him slow and mentally handicapped. His school did not give him actually what you call schooling. And he also, and Thomas also, they had to study separately. He also didn't speak until he turned 4 and didn't read until he was 7. But he became Albert Einstein. And 12 times J.K. Rowling book Harry Potter was rejected. Harry Potter book looked stupid. Somebody will stand on a broom and they will start rounding. A stick is taken, it will do like this, that person will change. Oh, what stupidity is this? People told that. Then afterwards, the kind of book selling, what happened? People used to wait for years to get the next and the next and the next version. And Harry Potter, you know, that series is considered as one of the biggest and costliest series of the world. So all this happened. KFC founder Colonel Sanders was turned down 1009 times. And at what age he became successful? 65. Most of you at the age of 44, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಏನ್ ಲೈಫು, ಊರ್ ಹೋಗು ಅಂತತೆ, ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಬಾ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ ಇಷ್ಟೇನೆ. Then go and die. Come, I'll push you from here. You won't be ready. Simply, you want an excuse. Why? Excuse is a truth. 40 is a truth. And this man at 65, what kind of life you are leading? Life has to be like Amir Khan. He actually gets a third marriage, brings the two of them and makes them smile in front of the camera. Can you dare to do that with your wife without getting married also? She will look up to you from top to bottom. Look at their jewel, look at this jewel, look at this jewel. Amir Khan is a leader. तीनों को लेकर आके एक ही फ्रेम में सब लोग हंस रहे. मैरिज मैनेजमेंट इज द बेस्ट मैनेजमेंट. करके तो देखो. फ्लोर में एक दो बंदा आपको संभालने नहीं होता है, वो तीन तीन लोगों को संभाल के उनके बच्चे भी संभाल रहा है. It's not easy. He's a very diplomatic man. He doesn't care for anything, and he shows the same kind of utmost respect. People can speak flaws about anybody, but it's not easy to bring them under one umbrella with that smile in the face, say, and I am diverse. We will not look at the other angle, we will stop there. And Sylvester is first what we call Rocky. He was actually rejected 1500 times, and finally he only acted in that movie, because nobody was ready to do that. And after that it was miracle. Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3. That Rocky by again in KGF is a pickup from there. If they would have filed their name, because that name is so powerful. Rocky 1, Thomas Alva Edison, 10,000 ways to create a light bulb before succeeding. Winston Churchill, Charlie Chaplin, people ridiculed him. And today Isaac Newton, then Stephen King, lost job 1982. He was called as a blue-eyed boy of failure, because he failed multiple times. This is what life is going to be. We had a small scenario. I have 5 minutes left. It is 12:56. I'll be giving you a small paper. You will have to answer this. Yesterday I had prepared a small. I'll just share it in the group. I think all of you will have a group. I want you to take up this condition and explain and understand what will be your role in this particular place. Today, you know, ChatGPT is there is one wording for leadership skills. All of you are very familiar with ChatGPT. You're very comfortable. Uh, they wanted me to give you a case study. So the case study goes something like this. I wanted to give you and ask you to complete this. Uh, Case study 1. All of you know this Kaizen leadership challenge. On everyday basis, small improvements. I'm getting up at 3 o'clock. Sorry, I'm getting up at 7 o'clock. Can I make it 6:45? After a few weeks, can I make it 6:30? Then make it 6:15. Then make it 6 o'clock. Then make it 5:45. I'm working and I'm giving a result of minus 10. Can I make it minus 9, minus 8? Like that, small improvements on a daily basis. So we have different case studies. Your team leader of an assembly department in Toyota, your department has failed to achieve its monthly productivity target for the last 3 months. Management asks every department to submit at least one Kaizen idea every month. However, what kind of Kaizen ideas you would like to give? So that was one such commitment. And here we had multiple case study. They asked us to give lot of case studies. I had downloaded few case studies. Case study 1, production line breakdown, best for leadership skills. You are a shift leader in an assembly department. At 10:15 a.m., the main conveyor suddenly stops. Production target 900 units per day, already delayed by 45 minutes. Maintenance team says repairs may take 1 hour. Operators are waiting. The production manager is asking for updates every 15 minutes. Customers expect on-time delivery. Your team has 12 operators, 12 quality inspectors, 1 maintenance engineer. What will be your first action? How will you communicate with your team? How will you motivate employees during the downtime? How will you coordinate with the maintenance? What leadership qualities are here? How will you do that? So this was one such scenario. I should have given you time. Case study 2, conflicts between two senior junior engineers. That's the reason we say one of the greatest leadership skills is conflict management. So why we say conflict management is very important. If I get, it's okay. Otherwise, I'll have to complete on time and complete it. Before that, if you please pass on. It's an objective type. They want you to answer this. Please answer and then write your name also. You write your name and then you can submit it to ma'am. See, actually, when we talk about leadership skills, these are very important leadership skills. The slide I'll be sharing with you: active listening, teamwork, responsibility, dependability, leadership, motivation, flexibility, patience. In the floor, you should have all this. Conflict resolution: when there is conflict, how do you resolve? Mediation skills: how do you mediate between a production team who is working at a faster pace and another team who has to supply is working at a slower pace? How do you align? It is a deficit. You will have to use some kind of conflict management techniques: problem identification, problem solving, group process, good negotiation skills, persuasion skills, emotional intelligence. All these equally becomes important. I'll be sharing this in the group and this entire video also. So we will go back to our chat GPT for one more case study. In this case study, I will have to handle the situation, conflict management. There are rules of conflict management. When such conflict happens, your Toyota would have given you a rule book. This has to be followed, this has to be followed. You should start following that. Productivity, leadership skills. Case study C, quality defect crisis. A quality defect output has been happening from you regularly, very rarely, and when it happens, how do you work on that? Case study 3, quality defect crisis. Case study 4, 5, Kaizen leadership challenge. Okay, so all these I was supposed to do, but it would take 2-3 hours. So with this, I end up my class. All of you, thank you very much. It was a pleasure addressing all of you.